Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name's Tiffany and I make content on intentional living. And in today's video, we are going to be focusing on a mid-year reset. So every year I make a vision board. And to be honest, most years I don't go back and revisit it. And a lot of times this will end up getting put in a place where I don't really see it a lot of times of the year. I'll either put it in my office or in my room, and it just kind of is in a spot that I don't really see all the time. But this year I've made it a point to keep it in my living room. So every night when I'm watching TV, it's right there next to me and I can review it. So we're going to jump in, review how things are going this year. And I hope it inspires you to take a look at your vision boards, see where you're at in your journey and your goals for this year. And I am also going to give you guys a promo code for my website with tiffanyofficial.com. And at the end of the video, I'm going to go over a free worksheet that I made for you guys. So mid-year reset. So if you have some goals that you're getting behind on, or maybe you didn't get the start to the year that you were hoping for, that this paper can kind of get your head in the mindset to reset, refocus, and get restarted for the year. Obviously, we've already gone over this in the beginning of the year. So I'm just going to go over it really quickly and touch bases on the things that I think are going well and are not going well. And then I'm going to do the form or the worksheets with you guys so I myself can restart, refocus, and reset. And just based on the order that this board is, here in the top right, I want to go to the redwood forest. I thought with having my son, I wasn't really going to be doing a lot of international travel this year or anything like that. But honestly and realistically, I just don't think we're going to be doing any trips this year. I would like to maybe still have hope to do a cruise out of California to Catalina, maybe. I've never been there because we can do that for about $300 a piece. So that's still kind of on the table. But with the way that things are going with the budget, we're doing our backyard. I've been stocking up on salmon, chicken, ground beef, formula, all that stuff. Obviously, I made that video about Black Friday and I want to do that stuff. So I just don't know if it's going to be in the budget to do a lot of traveling. And we're definitely going to go to Disney by the end of the year. But so the first two is not looking great, but I think that just might be a revision to the year that traveling is really not for us. And I don't know if I'm going to rework it in my goals to try to figure it out. That might be a 2027 just reset and refocus for travel next year. 4,000 watch hours. So, in terms of how I'm doing in terms of content, I am being the most consistent that I've ever been. I'm putting a lot of work on my thumbnails and showing up. I'm doing short form almost every day now. But unfortunately, I did have some videos rotate out of my watch hours that had performed well last year. So I am back down to 300 hours, unfortunately. But I think the consistency and the work is going to pay off. So I still have a lot of hope. 6 months is still a lot of months to get to 4,000, and I still have hope on that. So Paris, again, that's just the vision. Paris was on here, so that's kind of what I'm striving for with this intentional living journey, is just getting out of the rat race. I work part-time from home now for a nonprofit, and I'm focusing really heavy on my content creation, but it's also getting my husband out of blue collar work. Image of the Eiffel Tower is the inspiration for living that kind of lifestyle. Being able to get my husband out of blue collar work so he's not trapped into locked PTO hours and he's pursuing his own goals and ambitions. And then me being able to make money remotely through my work with the foundation and making content online. Now, I have started a recipe book, so I'm really excited about that. It's not in the budget for me to do professional video editing. That's something I put on here early in the year. But with just everything I have going on, it's not really for me right now to get some professional editing. But again, I did get Descript for editing software. So when you guys hear me, hopefully you guys are hearing me say less. And that's because I got a software that helps me take all that stuff out. So even though I'm not able to pay a professional editor, my editing has leveled up. My laundry room, I really hope I can reveal that to you guys soon. Today was payday, so I'm going to take a look at the bills. Hopefully I can get about 2 more things that will help me move forward towards the laundry room reveal. And I think I'm going to make a separate video about how I'm going to share my home renovation in general. Previously, I had wanted to wait till like the whole space was done and do a whole walkthrough of how I did everything and a time lapse of it all and then this big grand reveal. But it's getting to a place where the content really isn't flowing out because I kind of skipped over to my bedroom because the wallpaper went on sale, and now we have for the HOA purposes we have to get our backyard done, so we're kind of skipping around. So I think I'm going to change my home decor content as like a once a month check in on things I'm making progress on. And I've been really inspired by Exo McKenna and how she's doing her home update short form content. So I think I'm going to kind of rework that and do something similar where once a week I do a short form video that shows the house project that I did that week, regardless of what space it's in. And then hopefully when I do have an area that gets completely done, I can do like a grand reveal and we can just kind of tour the room together and I can give you some behind the scenes feedback on it and some details on the pricing and how long it took and things like that. Flexibility, I kind of fell out of this, so this one's definitely going to go on my worksheet for something to work on. I had like a really good period where I was doing it, and then something happened. I think my back or my hip or something happened. Oh no, I started working on the backyard. I started doing all the trenching in the backyard, if you guys have seen my short form video. And I just felt like that week I was doing that, moving I moved almost 2 tons of pea gravel, and I did all the trenching and my hands were blistered and my back was exhausted, that was enough. And then I just never started working out again after that. So this is definitely one I'm going to have to reset on. Digital products, I am really proud to say that I did do some digital products. If you guys saw some Father's Day content, I launched watercolor cards. So you can go on my website and download this card. You go on Amazon and purchase watercolor paper. I've been really into watercoloring and I wanted a practical, intentional way to do it because I don't like crafting can be a money pit and it just ends up being stuff that just sits there. So I thought it would be really sweet to design cards that you can watercolor for people. You can go on my website and download this for $2, print it out at home. You get the watercolor paper, and you don't have to get watercolor paper. If you do printer paper, you can color it and things like that. But anyway, I have about 12 Father's Day designs. I have a bunch. Again, I made a bunch of short form if you guys follow me. And now that Father's Day is over, I am getting into the birthday season. So here's one that I'll show a sneak peek of. But if you're interested in this, follow my short form because I do time lapse of me painting these, so you'll be able to see all the designs. But I'm really proud of this, and I'm excited to have more and more designs for different holidays and for more birthday designs as well. And I've truly just been enjoying watercoloring as well. It's been something I wanted to learn for so long, and I'm glad that I stopped waiting and I started doing it. And I hope that I can make some sales because there's some really good glitter watercolor that I want to get on Etsy, but it's really expensive. So hopefully I can keep making some sales and reinvest into getting some nice watercolor. And then I'm really, really excited. I have a t-shirt design. It is going to be with print on demand, but I'm going to have my logo on it, and it's a flower. It's of a flower that I took a photo of, but I had it converted into line art. I have the samples on the way. I just ordered it yesterday, so I'm really, really excited to show you the shirt design that I'm working on. So again, stay tuned for that. So definitely can say that I'm working on my digital products. That's been a big lesson that I learned when I invested in all my pin bags, is having physical inventory is really challenging. So I definitely wanted to have some stuff to balance out where I don't have to carry a huge inventory. So that's been great. 6,000 a month. Obviously, I'm not anywhere near that. I'm not monetized here on YouTube, and I just make sales on my e-commerce here and there. But hopefully, as we keep feeding the machine, things will grow and keep going, and I will be able to reach those goals. But I can definitely confidently say it's something I actively wake up every day and work on. The outdoor home theater, we are in the part. I finished the trenching in the backyard and we got the pea gravel. We have the seed for the clover, and we have the PVC pipe that we picked up last week. We just had my husband's brother in town, so we took a few days off. But this coming Thursday, my husband will be installing the sprinkler system, and then we should be able to cover everything up and start making it look pretty. And the outdoor theater will be coming to life. This one here is workout. Again, that's going to make it to my reflect, refocus, restart worksheet. Bedroom, that's probably going to, it might make it, it might not. I did start it. I started the paint and I started the wallpaper, but the wallpaper is pre-pasted. It's not pasted, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Pasted is so much easier, and I just have lost momentum with it. I'm about probably 45 to 50% done wallpapering the primary bedroom, but I just lost steam with it because I hate pre-pasted. Spending time with friends, I booked myself for 12 weeks in a row, so I'm crushing it in terms of that. Retirement, obviously my husband has the automatic 401k that we're doing with his job, and I did start a Roth IRA for myself, and I also started I think it's called UTMA account for my son. I was making contributions for me, but I stopped because I did some for my son, and just in general the budget has been tight, so we just need to revisit that. We need to reflect, refocus, restart on that as well, probably. Storage bins for my son's memories. I started that. I do need to go through all of his stuff and redo it. I haven't done it since the end of the holidays when I put all of his Christmas and Halloween stuff away. So I definitely need to revisit it for all of his 3 to 6 month, because he's 9 months, but he's wearing 18 months, so he kind of skipped the 12-month clothes. But I definitely need to put his like 6-month clothes in those bins, the ones that I do want to keep, and then get rid of the rest. So that's going well. My desk setup is still kind of a mess over there. I did get my additional monitor for coding my app. That's why I have it vertical over there. But eventually, I want to I want to get a longer desktop, and it's going to reach out all the way, and the leg is going to get moved over. And on this side, it will be like a crafting sewing area. And that's how it will kind of be like my work from home / working on my app. Intentional moments, intentional money. If you guys haven't seen my app, you can go on with tiffanyofficial.com to get the links to those apps. They might be in my bio too. I can't remember. I did get a vintage watch. Self-care actually just started picking up again. It fell off, but I'm actually, if you can see this breakout right here, I started a resurfacing cream. It's marketed as for acne, when you have bad acne scars, but I have sun damage from playing tennis as a kid, so that's why I'm doing it. And I definitely started peeling, and I've been super super diligent about that. And because I'm doing that, I have been very very diligent about my sunscreen. And when I'm doing that, it just inspires me to kind of keep going and do my red light therapy and have water, and I'll put a candle on, and I'll put spa music, and I'll just turn it into a whole thing for me. And that's only been about 2 weeks, so it fell back off, but it fell off, but it's back on now. And hopefully I can keep up with that and have results by the end of the year that I'm really proud of. I haven't really done anything for 93 moments, my pen bags, although my patent is processing. I have paid $800 towards my patent this year, so I have made progress in terms of that, and hopefully that's been processing for a few years, so we're very very close to closing on that patent. And I am part of the Women Owned Small Business group or organization, and I'm really hoping they have an event at the end of this year. I will hate myself forever. The year I went to Japan, my cat died. The day I got back, the event started, and Disney was here at the event, and I didn't go. I didn't ask for the time. I had to work, and the event was like $500, and I had to spend thousands of dollars on my cat's cancer. I was just so overwhelmed, and I had just gotten back from Japan for 2 weeks, and I just told myself like, it's okay, just reset next year. And then they didn't come the following year, so I'm hoping it'll be back. And or no, last year it was in Arizona, and I just couldn't go. I think I was pregnant last year, and I was just mentally checked out then too, so I'm really hoping I can buckle down, maybe go to that event, and even just for the opportunity to ask them on what it would take, if it's even possible, would really be the dream. So maybe that's something I can add to my reset worksheet, is just how I'm going to revisit 93 moments and start talking about my bags again. I really want to stay focused on the circle bags and run a clearance on the backpacks to get that inventory moved. So that would be a good thing for me to focus on throughout the year. I'm still doing great on my water. I'm not buying drinks at restaurants still, so I'm really proud of that. But that kind of rounds out everything we're looking at for my vision board. I'm going to go ahead and switch the angle, and let's go ahead and get into the free worksheet. And the code for the worksheet is going to be reset. So you can go to withtiffanyofficial.com, select shop. That will transfer you over to 93moments.com, which is going to be my shop. I just haven't really worked out how all that's going to be. And you can download that for free with code reset. Okay, guys, so I actually just found a video where I did all this with you, but it was way too long. So I am just going to run through the guide with you guys and show you everything it has to offer. Again, this is completely free on my website with tiffanyofficial.com. Go to the shop tab, that will then link you over to my shop, and use code reset, and it will get sent to your email once you check out. So this is a cover page: menu, reset, reflect, refocus, restart. Oh, so on the first page here, it is celebrating your progress. I don't think it is good for us to just focus on the things that we're not doing or not doing right. And if we're going to have those types of conversations, we need to remember that we are doing a lot of things, and we're doing a lot of things that are productive and important. Especially if you're into this kind of content, I highly doubt that you're just a couch potato and really struggling. So chances are that you're doing something that is meaningful and productive and making yourself happy. And it's time to just take a second to reflect on the things that you are doing right. Mine, I kind of focused in on my vision board. So I wanted to celebrate the fact that I am bringing my water places. I'm not having drinks outside at restaurants. I'm not spending $4 or $5 on a tea when I can have it at home for 10 cents. I started my digital card business that I'm really passionate about. I'm watercoloring, and I'm putting a product out there that people can hand make for other people. So it's a digital product that I'm really proud of. I'm consistently showing up on social media. This is something that I've been trying to do for years. So I'm really proud of that. So even though there are some goals that I'm not able to achieve, that I don't really have money for the traveling right now, I don't make 6K a month for my own business, I kind of fell off on certain things, but these are things that I am doing and I am really proud of. Lessons that I've learned: things change. It's okay that, in the beginning of the year, I thought that I was going to be able to do some travel, but some other things have come up and I'm spending my money in different places, and that's not possible anymore. And it's okay to accept that things change. And that doesn't mean that I'm a failure for not being able to take more trips this year or for any other goals that I might pivot away from. It's okay that in January, when I thought my life was one way, 6 months later, things are a little bit different. It's okay that that's changed, and it's okay to restart. So maybe on the ones that I haven't really achieved and life hasn't changed and given me a reason why I shouldn't have been able to do it, it's okay to just wake up today and be like, today's the day I can start working on that. And another thing is feeling like I don't have to fill out every single line. This isn't here for you guys to, if you want, if you're somebody who has a lot to say, you're just a wordy person in general, and you want to write all over this, by all means, go for it. But don't feel like you have to put in every single thing. You don't have to feel like you have 3 wins. You don't have to feel like you've learned 3 things. You don't have to feel like you're letting go of 3 things. Like, this is just a mental exercise to get your mind going, to hopefully change some momentum on the direction that you're going. So some things I'm letting go of is stuff I feel like I'm spending way too much time cleaning. So I want to continue to declutter and manage my stuff a little bit better. I want to be able to spend my time working on my business and social media and spending time with my son. And I want to spend less time cleaning. So I want to manage my stuff. I want to let go of some stuff so I can spend more time on the things that I want. And another thing I'm trying to let go of, and what I talked about in the video that I just made, is feeling like I can't. This is something that I'm going to have to revisit over and over again. Sometimes I wake up and I feel like I'm not a content creator, I'm not a YouTuber. Why am I trying to do this? But I'm letting go of that, and I'm trying to show up as somebody who can do it. I believe I can do it, but some days I just have bad days. And this section also isn't like, oh, I say, what are the things you're letting go of? You write it on here, and then you're just perfect, and you let go of it, and you don't hold on to it anymore. But sometimes just revisiting it, writing it down, is that little baby step that hopefully is another notch in you actually letting it go one day. Reconnect with your vision. So, what kind of life am I creating? And I just wrote something really simple because I could write a book on this. But so I'm creating a life that's slow living, travel, family, budget oriented, and out of the rat race. And the reason why I wanted to put budget is because it's really important for me. If I spend less money, then that means I can spend less time making money. So it's not, if I end up for some reason going viral and I sell a million digital cards, that's great, and I can spend a little bit more. But ultimately, I don't want to put the time and effort into becoming a millionaire. I don't want to spend 60, 80 hours a week being an entrepreneur for my house. Like, I want to live for fun. I want to make fun projects. Like, I really believe in the shirt design I'm coming out with. I really love my watercolor cards, and that's a fun passion project for me, but I don't want to spend time and energy making money so I can spend money. So budgeting for me is really going to be the main focus, or is part of the life I'm creating, and I always want it to be a part of the life I'm creating. Unless I win the lottery, unless I go viral and money is just trickling in, I really want to focus on spending less money so I can make less money. And why am I creating this life? At its very, very core, the reason why I'm creating this life is to maximize time with my son, husband, and family. So, the biggest priority for transitioning from my regular job to working from home is I do not want to be separated from my son. I do not want to drop him off somewhere. I want to be with him every day, especially during this time when he's really young. It's already going so fast for me. So, at its core, I want to be with my son, and I want my husband to be with his son, and I want to be with my husband as well, and I want to travel and have adventures, and I want the flexibility of being able to go see my family. Like, my dad works in the casino, so spending time with him on a Tuesday versus if I had my regular job, I was off Saturday, Sunday. So just having the flexibility and being able to spend time the way I want it with the people I want is the reason why I'm creating this kind of life. Goal reset. So I won't run through all of this. Obviously, if you guys want to pause the screen and find all of my spelling errors, you're more than welcome to do that. But I'll just quickly run through it. So some goals I want to kind of pick back up on to push the momentum forward on some of the things I've dropped the ball on is I want to start posting on social media for my 93 moments, which is my pin bag collection. And I'm going to do that by filming a 30-second video of me modeling. Since I stopped posting for 93 moments, that was before I've been comfortable being on camera. So I actually haven't promoted 93 moments with me on camera. So that's the first I want to do, is make a video of me modeling the bag. I want to start working out again, and I'm going to do that by moving my exercise bike in from the garage into the house today, and today is 6:30. I want to budget for my IRA again, and I get paid on the 15th and the last day of the month. And so I happen to get paid today, and I want to transfer $100 into my IRA. And I'm going to do that today. I want to start a bi-weekly mortgage payment. I saw something, I've been aware of this, but I kind of just forgot about it because before this house a year ago, we were on a 15-year mortgage. So I didn't feel as much pressure to do something like this. But now that we've moved back to a 30-year mortgage in our new house, and my son's here and we've kind of settled in, I would like to start considering doing a bi-weekly mortgage payment. And this kind of falls into, I want to budget, I want to spend less money so I can make less money. And by doing a bi-weekly mortgage payment, you're not really putting a ton of extra stress on your budget, but you're getting a big payoff of 5 or 6 years in your mortgage, which is thousands and thousands of dollars in interest savings. And I'm going to do that by planning for my first half payment in July. And I didn't go over this in the vision board portion, but there is a vision board section for books. And I did my first one. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it's Pride and Prejudice, and that was so good. That was back in January, and I did that in like a week. And then I did Little Women, and I completely fell off, and it's been a really slow one for me. So I want to restart my audiobooks, and I'm going to restart that by charging my AirPods and finishing that tonight when I go to bed. Instead of scrolling TikTok and Instagram, I'm going to scroll Pinterest and finish the last 30 minutes of Little Women. So this is the goal, this is the action, and the middle is why it matters. And for time purposes, I'm not going to go over that right now. And I wrote on here, be specific. For me, one of the most important things in goal setting is being specific. A lot of people set really broad goals, and one of the things that's led me to accomplish what I feel like is a lot in my life is being really specific on what I want. So, second half vision. So, this is like the second half of the year. By the end of the year, I want to feel like I meant to write took time. I want to feel like I took the time to chase my dreams and spend time with the people that are most important to me. So, the whole point of the vision board and all of this is to feel like you're actually going after the things that matter to you. That's the whole point of putting in an image and putting it on the board, is making time and space for the things that interest you, that are you're passionate about, or the things that you want to achieve. And that's really what I want to feel. I want to genuinely feel in my heart that when the new year comes around, that I actually put my best foot forward on trying to achieve the things that are important to me, and that I didn't just let another year go by. I don't have one word for the rest of the year. I have two, and it's keep going. Sometimes I take my foot off the gas and I can get comfortable, or things stop feeling urgent to me. And I just wanted to stay disciplined. I want to stay focused, and I want to keep going. And this last part is kind of like an affirmation. And I wanted you guys to write out, I can and I will. I'm really big into affirmations, and I think writing it out takes it another step further. So I thought that was a really cute way to end the worksheet. And then I ended it with, you can do anything. So this is just a really simple, easy worksheet that you guys can do. And really all it is supposed to be is a mental exercise and getting you thinking about the things that you were considering in January to help you get back on track, get refocused, and continue the momentum through the rest of the year. And hopefully you guys will see all your visions come true. Again, this is on my website with tiffanyofficial.com. Click the shop tab and code reset when you check out, and this will get delivered to your email completely free. I appreciate your guys' time, and I will see you in the next one.